Deep within a bustling village, tucked between rolling hills, a talented young weaver named Leo poured his heart into his loom. Never truly alone, but always accompanied by his golden, scruffy, and faithful companion, Copper. But one bright spring morning, a royal decree was pinned to the village board, changing everything and sparking a dream Leo had long held secret. The Grand Royal Weaving Competition. The winner would weave the king's ceremonial robes. It was his ultimate dream, but an incredibly terrifying challenge. Under the flicker of a single midnight candle, Leo stayed awake for hours, sketching a tapestry design of breathtaking geometric complexity. Gathering the finest gold and sapphire threads from the shelves, the grand work finally began. But the true test of his spirit was yet to come. With absolute focus, the shuttle flew through the loom back and forth. The very first rows of his masterpiece were beautifully taking shape. Nearby on the rug, Copper was entirely engrossed in his own grand challenge, trying to untangle a heavily knotted play rope. Days bled into nights. As the moon changed phases outside, fatigue crept in, and dark circles weighed heavily under Leo's eyes. Then, a devastating snap. A vital tension cord broke, and a massive section of the intricate weave instantly unraveled into a chaotic mess. Burying his face in his hands, Leo wept in utter frustration. It was too hard, he thought to himself. He simply wasn't skilled enough to fix it. The candles burned low. Leo sat motionless in the deep shadows, completely ready to give up on his dream forever. Through the darkness, a warm nose gently nudged Leo's wet cheek, whining softly to comfort his heavy heart. Copper trotted to the corner, picked up the thrown wooden shuttle, and proudly laid it right back into Leo's lap. The little dog then trotted back to his knotted rope. The knot was tighter than ever, but Copper's eyes were bright with unshakable optimism. Pulling with all his might, the puppy's paws suddenly slipped, and he tumbled backward into a clumsy rolling heap on the rug. Yet he didn't give up. Shaking off the dust with a happy sneeze, Copper leaped right back up, diving back into the stubborn knot with pure joy. Looking at his furry teacher, something clicked. Leo whispered to his companion, realizing that Copper never stopped just because a knot was tight. A new spark ignited in his eyes. Standing purposefully at the loom, Leo tied the broken tension cord back together with a firm, unyielding knot. He stopped worrying about the overwhelming scale of the project. Following Copper's example, he focused entirely on just one single thread at a time. When his fingers grew tired, he didn't quit. He took a break to laugh and toss a bright red ball across the workshop for Copper. When a color pattern didn't look right, he calmly unpicked the mistake, thread by thread, smiling down at his loyal little assistant. Deeply inspired, Leo secretly wove a subtle, golden silhouette of a small dog right into the heart of the complex geometric masterpiece. With a final, satisfying pull of the shuttle, Leo tied off the last knot. The breathtaking, resilient tapestry was finally complete. On the day of the festival, Leo stood proudly in the grand palace hall, presenting his intricate work before 3 stern royal judges. A judge stepped forward, pulling firmly on the fabric. Because of how many times Leo had rewoven and tightened the threads, it was impossibly strong, flawless, and resilient. The head judge raised the hand of a rival weaver for first place. Leo was proudly awarded the silver, second-place medal. Looking at his silver medal, Leo knew they had done it. He didn't need a golden trophy. He felt absolute peace, knowing he had conquered his greatest weakness. Walking home along the grassy hills at sunset, the sky glowed in breathtaking, triumphant hues of orange, pink, and purple. Kneeling on the grass, Leo clipped the silver medal onto Copper's collar. They had gained something far greater than a trophy. They had mastered the power of persistence.
Make sure to subscribe, turn on your notifications, and share this with all your friends and family for more puppy updates.